Well, Amazon just came, the dump man is here, and then I look and here comes the dog and the pig. The dog and the pig are coming. So here's the deal with Wilbur. God is so good. I just ran into the neighbor next door and wonderful, wonderful news. Well, first of all, I went to Tractor Supply and I bought some corn. I didn't realize they eat corn, and they have pig food. Pig food. So I got some pig food at the Tractor Supply, and actually, and I'm still sick. I'm not feeling good, but I tell you what, this morning started off with a cameo from Wilbur the pig and Ruger the dog while I was getting my dumpster over my dumpster, but the dumpster was getting emptied, and then the Amazon lady showed up, and then I look, and here comes the duo, and Wilbur got in the way of the dumpster, and so the guy had to get out and wait for the pig. And then I went out there and talked to the guy, and I'm like, "What do you think about the pig?" I'm like, he's like, "Oh, I've seen pigs before," and he thought he's like he wasn't alarmed, he wasn't upset that the pig was in his way from working. So I mean, people are just awesome. But anyway, to make a long story short, this is how good God is. I'm like, Lord, you bring me people who are oppressed, people who are homeless now. You've been bringing me lone animals, and now it's a pig. So I called the county, and there's like, we don't do anything with the pig, but we might be able to help the dog. And then I called the Tractor Supply store, and I told them what was going on. They said, "Yeah, come on down, we've got pig food." And then when I was checking out, the young guy that I was checking out with, he was really nice, and I said, I've got this homeless pig, and he said, I said, "Do you know anybody who needs a pig?" And he's like, "No." But then he's like, "You know what? There's a guy that comes in here once a week, and he owns a pig farm right up the road." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, here's my card. Let him know." And then he said, "You know what? He's actually pretty close to where I live, like right down the road." He says, "When I'm done with work today, I'll go and I'll give him your number, and I'll ask him about the pig." Now, I don't know if this is where they raise pigs to kill them, but get this. This is how good God is. So, hang on. I got to show you. The pig is so happy. Oh, I don't know. His little tail. So, anyway, so I just drive in to my place here, right? And this RV here is owned by this kid lives here, and he's a really nice kid, and I don't see him a lot, but I know we kind of got off on the wrong foot, and I'll tell you the real quick story, because when I first moved here, I remember I pulled up, and there's another lady in that spot, and his RV was actually here. And she had told me some things about him. She's the one who lives below, and that is kind of the nosy neighbor, and she is very disruptive, and she makes up stories and causes problems. And that's how she is. And so as this story unfolds, she told me about the young man, and she says, "Oh, he's on drugs," and she has a story about everybody, and he's got a pit bull, and I don't know if it's a nice pit bull. And I was like, "A pit bull?" So I didn't know the rules in this RV lot. And to make a long story short, when I got here, the very first day I showed up, he was out there with his pit bull. And I couldn't even get out of my car because the pit bull was barking and barking and barking. He was very aggressive. And it scared me, and I have a little Mario. So when I found... Oh, and there's someone's coming. I don't know who they are. But who are these people? Oh. That's the neighbor, that's the guy. Oh, anyway, that's the mother who's over there, who I told her about the homeless pig. And I said, "Oh, is that your son? That's your son, but does he have a girlfriend?" She said, "Oh, well, on and off again." I said, "Well, anyway, who was ever with her, him, they were talking about taking the pig." So anyway, I do have a good ending of the story, but I wanted to finish. So what had happened with the pit bull is, and it wasn't my fault, the lady who causes the problems, I said, I was talking to her, and she said, "Yeah, I don't know if he's supposed to have the dog." And I think the next day, or I went away for a week or two, and I came back, and he was outside with the dog, and I stepped out, and the dog like started lunging towards me, because he saw me, and I was like, "This is not going to work," because I was really scared for Mario. So all I did was call the owner of the RV park, and the owner of the the RV park said, that kid's not supposed to have a dog. And he said, what breed is he? I said, well, he's a pit bull. He said, well, I'll talk to him because insurance says I can't have any dangerous breeds. So long story short, the young man lied and said he didn't have a dog, which wasn't true. And that's, it's, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not like upset about him lying. But what I had to end up doing is, because the landowner got a hold of me and he's like, well, he said he doesn't have a dog. I'm like, okay. And then the Lord answered my prayer, because the one morning I woke up and he was outside with his dog, and I took a little video. I had to, and I sent it to the landowner, and then he told him he needed to remove the pit bull, which was he was a pit bull that was aggressive because he was trying to protect him. And so ever since that day, the young man hasn't talked to me. He ignores me, and I know he just doesn't like me at all. And in fact, when the lady who was in that spot moved and went down below, he took his RV and went even further away from me. So I knew that, he really was upset with me. But, he lied, and he was breaking the rules, and I don't make the rules. And I always felt bad. So the Lord, through this homeless pig is really giving me an opportunity, because I just pulled in and I found out at the Tractor Supply store what to feed the pig. And then the guy that was checking out said that he might have a pig farm. But then I pull up and the young man is out there and the pig's there. And so I rolled down the window, and what an opportunity. I said, oh, did you guys see the pig? He's like, yeah. He's like, right here. And I told him, the pig, well, I always say he's a homeless pig. Well, he really is. He came here because of the guy below who can't feed his dogs. And I said, it's Scotty's pig, but he's really kind of homeless, and he's starved. He came up here and he was starved, and I'm trying to find a home for it. And then the girlfriend said, I'll take it. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you want to take it? And she kept saying in the car, I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take it. So I had a good conversation with the young man, and we found something mutual, like common ground. And I said, come over here and get the food when you want the food, and I just want to feed the pig and give him a good home. And he says, well, I'm going to get my car cleaned out, and we'll see about taking the pig. And so this may be a bridge that will repair our relationship, because our relationship was broken not just because of that pit bull, but I can imagine what that lady down below, this is where she lives, she causes all the problems, probably told the young man, because she causes problems with the poor people over there, and they both don't like each other, and so she's always instigating. And then I remember when I was trying to minister to them, she thought it was really funny that I prayed with that guy. She's like, oh, how nice that you prayed with him. And I'm like, that's a bad spirit. And, it got to the point where the next day she texted me back, and she said, she says, well, you lied. And she accused me of lying about a friend that I had coming over here. And she's like, well, just so you know, your secret is good with me, because your little friend who was coming over, she was insinuating things about him. And I'm like, okay, I see I can't talk to you. I can't tell you anything because you're not trustworthy. You twist everything. You're a liar. You're a gossiper. So I had to block her. And sometimes you just have to do that with people. You just have to cut them out. But she, I know, said bad things about me to the young man. And so she stirred the pot. She stirs the pot and everything. And when you have somebody that's a pot stirrer, how do you work around that? Well, you work around that with prayer and patience, and by waiting on God, and always being kind, because I've been kind to the neighbor below. I've been, I wasn't upset with the young man over there. I just wasn't upset. It's not worth getting into the thick of the pig pen with other people, and if they're gossiping about you, it'll all play out. If you walk the walk and light is shining on you, the truth comes out sooner or later. People will see your fruit. They really will. Sometimes it takes a while. But okay, so that's the update on the pig. The pig may have a home, and I've got food for him, and we'll keep you guys posted. Oh boy.